Welcome to my, well, not to my shop, to my truck. And I got a passenger along today. Say hello to Dale from Dale's Workshop. And we're on our way to Jacktown in Bangor, Maine. It's in Pennsylvania, not Maine. Trip. Dale and I just met each other today. We've known each other, through YouTube, but today's the first time we've met in person. So yeah, we're just gonna have a rocking time on about a 9-hour drive. All right, we only made it about an hour from the house before we ran into this place and our addiction hit us. All right, we are at the largest antique mall in America, so they claim, and we weren't sure about it, but this place is massive. And they've got this cool corner here with all these tools. So Dale and I are gonna be here looking around for a little while. Well, they weren't joking. This is a huge antique mall. 170,000 square feet, over 350 vendors. We only had 30 minutes here before they closed. Would love to come back. Found one wrench, actually Dale found it. It's a Craftsman underline C, really cool. Dale let me have it. Well, we stopped for dinner in this cool little place in Middletown, Virginia, I think we are. It's a great little barbecue joint. Really enjoyed it. Of course, I had to pick up some pork rinds. Man, I love these things. Well, it's day 2 of the road trip. I think we are in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, heading up to Bethlehem. We got a cool stop coming up there. I'll show you that when we get there. And just had to stop and get some diesel and some snacks. All right, we are in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania at the National Museum of Industrial History. It's an old steel plant. Can't wait to get in here and see what all they got. This is an incredible Nicholson file display. And a lot of these were displays at the World's Fair back in the day. And some of these came actually out of the Smithsonian. Shaper table. Check out the detail. I thought the drill press I restored was cool. Look at this thing. Then I turn around and see this thing. And what year was it built?
Somewhere between 1900 and 1920.
And it ran until 2003.
That's right. And
I think this is a steam-powered hammer. This is a steam-powered water pump that was used in York, Pennsylvania. Could pump 8 million gallons of water a day. And they actually run this machine and they're gonna crank it up, I think they said in July of this year. Absolutely amazing. They use compressed air to run it today though. This is the original blast furnace, I think blast furnace number 2 here at Bethlehem Steel. Pretty rundown. Well, we finally made it to our destination. What do you think, Dale? How did we do on the trip?
Oh, it's enjoyable.
Good so far.
Best chauffeur I ever had.
Well, we're here at the Wawa. It's about 6 a.m. Getting a little breakfast and ready to head over to Jacktown. Well, here it is. Jacktown 2025. Early in the morning at Jacktown. Not many vendors are open yet. All right, we got Dale's Workshop, George from You Wanna Watch, and Bigfoot's Cave in the house. Having fun picking around at Jacktown.
Tack it on the back, you can take it off for using it inside. Yeah.
this is basically what do my Brian. George is basically
collect time.
I know, look at that. You wore your lucky shirt. It's the shirt. 357 Magdad said, "It will not rain. I am wearing my lucky shirt." Make sure you get a ticket. Got it. Word.
this one.
You're not gonna do anything with that?
Well,
YouTube creators
got
doing a
several.
little trading and bargaining. We're on our way home from Jacktown. It'd be good to get home, but it's great seeing all the guys and meeting everyone. And just stop and get some snack food, some fuel and ice for the cooler. We're ready to go. All right, this is everything that followed me home from Jacktown. Both at the show, from gifts from friends, and the things I picked up on the trip along the way. So let me move the camera over a little closer and we'll go through it all real quick. Okay, from the road trip, the first thing I picked up was this ugly stick. It's a GX2, nice little spinning rod combo. It's got an Abu Garcia reel on it. Of course, I've already put some braid on it so I can put this thing in action here in a week or two when I go fishing. 20 bucks, thought that was a pretty good deal. And then I picked up 2 more of these Black Hog wrenches that I've really started to collect. This one is a 4219X. It's a specific wrench for a reason I haven't researched it yet. And then I've got this one, a 4418X. I think I already have this wrench, but these were very reasonably priced. And then this, which actually Dale found, and when he showed it to me and asked me if I thought it was anything good, I said, yeah, I'd like to have it. So he was kind enough to let me buy it. This is you can't see it, but it's a Craftsman Underline C, pair of lineman's pliers with some really cool engraving or whatever you call this here. So speaking of Dale from Dale's Workshop, he reached out to me about a week before Jacktown, and he lives a little further south than I do. And he said, hey, you want to co-pilot on a trip? And I said, yeah, man, I'd love to have you. So as you saw at the beginning of the video, we rode up together. We took 2 days to do it because we left late in the afternoon. And man, we just had a blast getting to know each other along the way. But he was kind enough to bring me a few things. Brought a little care package. So I got a Dale's Workshop sticker. I got a little dental pick. I use these things all the time in my shop. This will go right into the house for my wife to open her Amazon boxes. She goes through those pretty good. Some nice Allen wrenches put together in a nice little set. And then a Ace Hardware carpenter's pencil. Thank you, Dale. He brought me a yardstick. And I love anything with, you know, these old 4-digit or 5-digit phone numbers. I just think that's so cool. I've got, well, I don't know, a dozen or so yardsticks, so I'll clean this one up and put it with the rest of mine. And he brought me a clamp, which was really cool, but it's a Wilton. I don't have any Wilton clamps. This is a little bent, but that's no problem. I can take care of that. It doesn't need anything than just a good wipe down, and this one will go in the drawer of users. I got a cowbell.
I'm telling you, fellas, you're gonna want that
Nice
cowbell.
little, torpedo level. Got a Lufkin Rule white clad roll tape. It's a metal tape. I've got probably a dozen of similar ones. I don't know if I have this exact one. It's an HW223. That was in good shape, thank you, sir. Got a nice pair of steel calipers here. It's a General brand. Those are nice. Definitely will use these in the shop. Got another wood rule. The Eagle Pencil Company, New York, New York. That's pretty neat. Oh, wow, look at these old snippers. Guess these are like for trimming bushes. Look at the springs, that's cool. Double spring. But these could make a cool little project. And then he got me a really nice, wait, here's something else. I'll show you these first. So here's a case sharpening stone for pocket knives. Got a set of feeler gauges here. Swedish steel. Oh, Black Hog. Sweet. That's right, I remember this. Thank you, Dale. And then a Stanley, I don't know if it's new old stock or somebody just, no, it's been used, but you know, I love it when I find tools that are still in the original box, but they've been used. That means the owner cared a lot about them and took good care of them. Dale, thanks again for everything. Thank you for riding with me. It was a real pleasure to be able to spend that kind of time with you and get to know you a little bit better. The museum Dale and I stopped at, I got this t-shirt here, which is from the Blast Furnace B at the Bethlehem Steel Plant, which I just thought that whole facility was just super cool. You should go online and read about it. It's a really neat piece of American history. Okay, from the show itself, Scout Crafter was giving out box cutters. I've been using this all morning. It's nothing fancy, but this style right here worked really well. Thank you, Scout Crafter. And then in his raffle, my number got called this year. I didn't get anything last year, but that's cool. But I got this insulator. It's my first one. And it's a Whitehall Tatum Company #1. And obviously he's already cleaned it up, which is appreciated. So this is going to go up on the display shelf. As Scout Crafter, we all owe you a big thanks for putting this community together and having the Meetup at Jacktown and promoting it like you do. It's just a wonderful weekend and such a cool thing to be able to get together with creators, supporters, you know, fans of the community, collectors, and just meet each other. It's such an awesome thing. Also at the show, I met Bigfoot's Cave. Super nice guy. Got a cool channel, does a lot of tool restorations, and it's got some good stuff. You guys should check him out if you're not watching him. But he gave me one of these plum boxes. You've probably seen a couple other guys with these already. But it's, I think it's a U.S. Navy new old stock sealed package from Plum. And I think there's 6, I'm not sure what size sockets they are. I'm not going to open this. Luckily, mine was not covered with the tape, so you can see fully the name Plum. So thank you very much. That was very kind of you to give me that. It was great meeting you. Met CC Scraps again this year. Great guy. Flat disc will get used for sure in our shop. And a couple stickers. I love it. Thank you very much, CC. I forgot at the flea market at the Jacktown, Dale had picked up this Black Hawk wrench. It's a BW 1163. Dale picked that up for me at a booth and gave it to me, which was super sweet. And then Brian Jolly ran into him walking around, and he gave me these 2 Craftsman Underline C wrenches, 7/8, 25/32. And I think this is a 3/4 and 5/8. They need a little work, but man, they're awesome. They're not beat up or banged up. They're just rusty and dirty. Brian, thank you very much. That was very cool of you. And this little box here, box of Borden cheese, which I thought the box was cool too, but this is all from George. So let me get this out and laid out, and I'll come back to you. All right, here we go on George's stuff. I'll start back here with the wrenches. These are all Black Hawk. Some different vintages. Definitely can use every single one of these up on one of my boards. Thank you very much, George. This is a little bit more of a modern Black Hawk 12mm socket. And then all of these right here are the really old vintage, probably I haven't done fully the research yet, but these are probably pre-World War II. And these things, man, they look cool when you clean them up. And this is the vintage of Black Hawk that I'm currently really trying to focus on. Still like the other stuff, but this is the vintage that's really cool. So these are awesome. I have trouble finding this in my area. And then some of y'all may recognize these from George's video when he found them, cleaned them up, and put the blue paint down in the lettering. Did a super nice job cleaning them up. Thank you very much, George. And then these are fleet sockets and extensions. It's hard for me to find fleet in my area. And George has been the biggest contributor to my fleet collection, more so than me. So thank you very much for that. And then, never seen this before. This is an Eagle can with the Fleet Tools logo on it. But check this out. That has never been used. So I'm going to call this maybe new old stock. but this is going to look good up on the shelf on display. George, can't thank you enough for this and everything else you do for me, the other guys in the community, and just the community in general. You're an awesome guy. Now, if I forgot something that somebody gave me, I sincerely apologize. It's a lot of stuff happening in a short period of time up there, but I think I got everybody. Now, for the stuff that I got, first thing is this Proto 712S, 12-inch adjustable wrench. And I don't remember what I paid for any of this except for 1 or 2 pieces. And if I can remember, I'll tell you. But this thing's in pretty good shape. It just needs a good going through. This is the click stop. So you can kind of hear that. I don't have that one, so that was good. Found another Craftsman underline C. This is 1 1/16", 1 1/4" double box offset. Thought that was pretty cool. I found this, and George and I both looked at it. It's completely rusted. It's in horrible condition. It's a Bonnie. I think it was only $1 or something, but I got this in case Resto Rob, if you're watching, if you want this, just send me a note and I'll send it your way. I think it's a stud puller, but I'm not sure. Found this 1-inch Craftsman combination wrench, V with the double line. I needed this one for my collection. So that one will get cleaned up and put upstairs on display. And then another, it's not a flying V, and it's not an underline C, but it's got that funky pointed A. I just thought it was a cool wrench. I think I got that one and this one for $2. Then I got a just a 1/2-inch Craftsman Flying V universal joint. I think the guy threw that in when I bought these 2 wrenches. And then I wasn't sure what this was. I just thought it was cool looking. It's an adjust-a-box wrench, 8-inch. I'd never seen one of these before, and it's just a different type of adjustable wrench. It was cheap. I think I bought it one with something else. It was either $1 or less than $1, so why not? I thought that'd make something kind of cool cleaned up. And then I got one of these cool little vintage Craftsman pipe wrenches. I'm really not that much into pipe wrench. This one's the old Craftsman with the blue paint. I don't know the age of it, but I'm guessing pretty old. And I got a file, like I need another file. But for whatever reason, I bought this one because I like the handle. So this one will just, I doubt I'll even clean it. I'll probably just put it in the drawer and use it. Got a little industrial kit, which I thought was neat. It was cheap. Again, I don't remember, but it was really cheap. And that obviously doesn't belong in there, but it's jammed in there pretty good. But I thought that would just make a nice little item to have. Then I found a flea kit, which, I mean, I have, I think, 2 or 3 of these, and I believe George sent every one of them to me. This one is, I think it was close to being complete. If it's not, I'm sure I have the socket and the extension to make it complete. The plastic's got one little crack down in here. But I thought this would make a cool little cleanup, and this will go upstairs in my display area. Probably my favorite thing I got was this Proto 3/4-inch ratchet. It's a 5649. I mean, listen to that. So this one's gonna get cleaned up. And I tell you, I found a really cool, I think it was an 1 1/4 Proto spud wrench. And I was asking the guy how much it was, and this dude standing next to me heard the price, handed the guy the money, and took the wrench. Can you imagine somebody doing that to you? The last thing I got was a Pennsylvania license plate just to hang on the wall as a memento of my trip. And that's it. I actually forgot one thing because I'd moved it out of the way. 357 Magdad got me this cool Craftsman box. I'm positive that's vintage 1970s. This is a rally box. It's got the really cool wood grain on there. Of course, everybody I was carrying it around, everybody's like, "Oh, that reminds me of the station wagon I had growing up." Yeah, we We all said that because it really does. But anyway, it's in really good shape. It's got a tray inside. I don't have one like this. I don't have a rally box or a wood grain box in my collection, so this one's going to get cleaned up for sure, and probably fill it full of some 70s vintage tools. Thank you very much, sir. Well, I forgot to show you one more thing. This is just an old tree crosscut saw. Picked this up, paid 15 bucks for it, which you may think I'm crazy, but I'm telling you, in this condition in the antique store, at least where I live, they're 40, 50, 60 bucks. All the screws are here, is a Superior, and it's gonna get cleaned up and just put up on the wall with the rest of my saws like this. Well, the guy who took the spud wrench from me, that was George from You Wanna Watch. And that was karma for me buying the Craftsman pliers out from underneath Dale on the road trip up. So, George, I was happy you got it, man. I'm just giving you a hard time. But, hey, thanks, everybody, for watching. It was really good seeing everyone up at Jacktown. Just had such a blast seeing everyone. It was a little muddy, but we made it through. Magdad's lucky shirt saved the day and held the rain off for the rest of the day. So if I've forgotten to mention somebody, I know I met quite a few people up there. Matter of fact, if I met you, if you would go to my channel homepage and click on email, Pennsylvania Mike did that yesterday, sent me an email. Just send me an email and maybe mention what we talked about. I know I met Frank G, I think he goes by on YouTube, Pennsylvania Mike, and quite a few other guys. Your YouTube name and your name in person may not match, so shoot me an email or leave something in the comments on this video that we met, so then I can put your YouTube name with your face. So again, thanks everyone. We'll see you next week.